Dude, welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. It's Arsenal's one-man band protest. Yeah, there's nobody else going to be at the Emirates because it's not an official protest today. It's going to be a Sunday stroll. Well, guys, before I get into this one, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell and notification button so you can receive all the latest news right here. So I'm going to pan the camera around so you can see my destination. There's my destination, just in the distance there. The Emirates. It's funny looking at some of the tweets. There's some Arsenal fans, not Chelsea fans, who rocked up the Emirates last night. Why? Why? Just because they won the Champions League for the second time in less than a decade. Absolutely disgusting. The disgusting spectacle that we've got. Arsenal, they've only made it once in the Champions League final, 2006, and look what's happened now, the demise of Arsenal. Does it get any worse? Can it get any worse? Of course it can. Of course it can. So again, that's my destination. You can see the armory, and you know what? I think it was Static. Big up my brother Static, who said to me, Alex, can you actually have the Cronky out poster? And you know what? I forgot the poster. I left the house. As I'm approaching the underground station, I was thinking, oh no, I'd forgotten the poster, my Cronky out poster. So it's funny, isn't it? Last week, Sunday, I was here. So it was bucketing down with rain. Jokers to the left of me. Clowns to the right of me. Jokers to the left were people going into the armory buying merchandise. And those guys on the other side of the protesters were going in to watch them Arsenal play. Anyway, so here we are. Let me just kind of pan the camera around again so you can see my boat race. So yes, I'm at the armory again. Again, we can't pick and choose the protests. I joked around with my brother, you can't say, oh, actually, you know what, let's kind of reconvene the protest on a Tuesday night, sometime in June when it's sunny. You can't do that. You can't do it. It has to be consistent protesting. And in regards to the armory, they have the butchers. There, you see? You can see the joke of the yellow kit. Look at that joke. Can you see that? Do you want to see it? Joke. Got nothing to do with the 71 double winning team, Arsenal. Nothing at all with it. I mean, it's an off shade of yellow. The cannon facing the wrong way, and I can still probably see. Can I see Kolasinac? Oh, well, there's Ainsley Maitland-Niles sporting the classic JVC Arsenal top, and Ian Wright just pure foolishness. So yeah, like I was saying, we can't pick and choose when we're going to the protests. Cronky out, has to be Cronky out, man. But it doesn't happen if people are picking and choosing when to do an official protest. Has to be consistent. So I'm just walking across the forecourt, just by the armory, and looking at the spectacle that got played out last night, Chelsea versus Man City, in stark contrast to Arsenal. One Champions League final. Chelsea winning the Champions League twice inside a decade, at 9 years. What about Arsenal? Indeed, you might ask the question, what about Arsenal? Now we're an absolute joke. Absolute joke. So I'm going to walk up the stairs and walk across the armory. And you know what? My arm's hurting me. I'm getting too old for this stuff, man. Getting too old. But yeah, it's just always ask the question, can it get any worse? It will get worse before it can get any better. And the watershed moment for us will be next season. So I'm sorry, I don't think you can see me because the sun. There you go, you can see me now. The short watershed moment for us is going to be next season when we're out of any kind of European football for the first time in like 26 years. And even more so watching, can't say the noisy neighbours in Chelsea, but them lot winning the Champions League again inside 10 years. Right, so I'm just taking a breather. So I'm absolutely cream crackered. But yeah, Arsenal's a one-man protest. There's nobody else here protesting. Everyone's on out to Cornwall and Torquay, having a bit of a breather whilst I'm still here in London protesting. And I forgot my Cronky out poster. I'm sorry guys, sorry about that. But yeah, there's nothing that really can be said apart from it can get a lot worse before it gets better. And win, lose or draw, a Gooner for life. Have to be a Gooner for life. You know, you can't pick and choose when you're going to support the club. That's just the way the sport is. But in regards to trying to get Cronky out, you've got to add something to the movement. You have to add something to the movement. So whether it's if you're a podcaster, podcast to your heart's content. Talk about Cronky out. Talk about the lack of investment. Talk about the lack of recruitment. Talk about the 55 members of staff who got made redundant this time last year. Talk about the lack of real connection or understanding between the fans and the club, the board members, the players. Talk about all that out there. Yeah, and then you talk about the merchandise. Yeah, Arsenal releases 2, 3, 4 kits in one season, and yet people will still go out and buy it. People will still go out and buy it. I spoke this morning, spoke yesterday about this so-called third kit. What is that? But whatever it is, people will still go out and buy the merchandise. You can't complain. You can't say in one hand, I want Cronky out, and yet you're still buying the merchandise. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's either one or the other. The first manager I saw, I remember in my earliest memory of Arsenal, was Terry Nell. And I just about remember the protest at the Islington Town Hall to try and get him out. That's in my long memory of literally feeling a kind of negativity towards someone who not only played for Arsenal, but managed Arsenal. And it's like history repeating itself, but on a bigger and a grander scale, where we've got this owner who's again just the demise of Arsenal. So could we be relegated? Of course, any club, no club has a divine right to be in the Premier League. Any club can be relegated. Man United were relegated, Man City were relegated, Liverpool, all the top clubs have been relegated. Whatever the cause is, you've got to fight. You've got to add something of substance to this movement here. Add something. Talk about it. Don't buy the merchandise. You have a season ticket. Just, if you can find it within yourself, just to give up the season ticket, then do it. Because I've never had a season ticket before in my life. But you've got to add something to the movement, man. So on this bright, sunny Sunday afternoon, I am the only protester. Cronky out. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And whether you desire or you need somebody to take the lead and say, look, fellas, guys, people, Gooners, Goonerettes, we're going to be protesting. Or you can find it within yourself and say, actually, I don't need nobody to to tell me when we need to protest. Do it. Don't wait for the largest podcaster over here at Arsenal to say, listen, this is when we're going to protest. This is when we're going to galvanize. This is when we're going to have a coming together. Find that leader within yourself to do it. Find a leader within yourself. Don't be a sheep. Be a leader. Be a leader in yourself. And talking about leaders, you know, of all the things that's wrong about Arsenal, even on the pitch, clearly, we don't have no leaders on the pitch. If you want to class Kieran Tierney as a leader, that is fantastic. But he's no use to us if we have a leader who's always going to be on the physio's bench, out injured. He's no use to us. No matter how wonderful, he's probably one of the best defenders that we have in, you know, recent times. He's no use to us if he's always, you know, injured. But that apart, your captain, your talisman, Aubameyang, for me, is not a leader. I know there's different types of leaders, but in the realm of our sport, football, you need someone to communicate. You need someone to galvanize the troops. You need someone to come out and talk and say, well, look, listen, we didn't play our best. You know, the players have got a lot to answer to. It's not all about when things are fine and dandy. That's not what it's all about. A leader has to be there in the dark times, in the dark moments, when things are not going well. When we're going to Man United or Man City and we're 2-0 down after 5 minutes. And you can look across the field and say, right, I can rely on this person's going to lead us out from this disaster here. That person is going to come and give me a right rollicking. There are no people, there are no players of that ilk in the squad. What we have here at Arsenal is what we deserve. We deserve this. We deserve this. It's not about what we need and what we want. It's what we have is what we deserve. So until people start to really mobilize, come together on any day in the week, any month, come together and protest, it's not going to mean squat diddly to the Cronkies. It's going to mean nothing at all. So I'm here doing my bit. I'm on my jacks, and I said I would come here during the week, and I am here. So I've done my part, and I'm talking about it. I talk about it almost every single day. I've got the Cronky out, backdrop behind me, the green screen. But you've got to do something. The merchandise, nobody's twisting your arm to buy the merchandise. Free-willed. That's all well and good. But when you're trying to fight against a monster, or monsters like Stan Kroenke, Silent Stan, what we have here, guys, ladies and gents, men, women and children, is what we deserve. So I want to go across and walk on top of the armoury. Hopefully they can probably hear my feet, stomping my feet. And I'm just looking across, some of the past players who've played here. Look, Dennis Bergkamp, Bob Wilson. And I know Dennis Bergkamp has sided with Daniel Ek, along with Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira, who come out and given their thoughts on the situation. But we have to do our bit. We have to do our bit. Charlie George. I hope at some stage we're going to have some more ex-players coming out and talking about the situation with Arsenal. Sorry, guys. So I'm just kicking the ball. I can play football, I played at Ibis Stadium. My brother will tell you about that. So I'm just walking on top of the armoury. And what can you say? What can I say? Is again, just try and be, consistent with the message that you have to mobilise. Find that leader within yourself. Get some gumption. Again, if you're a podcaster, talk about it. Talk about it. So I'm just walking on the other side here now. Just walked across the armoury, on top of the armoury, and I'm on just at the top of the other set of stairs. At the last time we were here, no one could walk upstairs because they had cornered it off from the bottom to the top. This is what Arsenal has come to. An absolute disaster class. Highbury to the Emirates. I repeat, from Highbury to the Emirates. Let that sink in. So, you know, if you've been supporting Arsenal for the longest time, say 40 years, 35, 40 years, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah? From Highbury, Highbury Stadium, to the Emirates. The Emirates years haven't been great to us. And Guna Matters brought up a really good point that kind of slapped me in the face. Who can you say in recent years have been a real legend at Arsenal? So, you know, we can talk about the Invincibles, but the players who've played at the Emirates since the Emirates opened up, who has been a real legend? And I struggle to mention at least 4 to 5 players. 4 to 5 players. The ball's just gonna, I can't be able to go and get the ball. I'm sorry, boys, you gotta get it yourself. But yeah, just, I'll tell you what though, you know, when I was here like 3 weeks ago, and I did like, I was here amongst the protesters. It was a small protest, and I'd seen someone tweeted out that the tennis ball stuck in the emblem, the cannon, and then they'd remove the ball, the tennis balls. So, yeah. Corporate. You know, forget about the fan supporters. Forget it. We don't need them. The moment a club no longer needs its fan base, the club is dead, man. Is absolutely dead. I just wonder what Arsenal's going to look like in 5 to 10 years' time. Mid-70s, when I started to begin to support Arsenal. Looking at Arsenal now, it's I don't recognise my club. And I think I've been quite lucky and blessed to have lived in a time where I saw the Invincibles, saw the times that, you know, we won the Premier League, of course, you know, all the FA Cups as well. But a lot of the fan base have never seen Arsenal win the Premier League. Can you imagine that? 15, 16 years and counting. 15 and 16 years and counting. Kroenke out, man. Kroenke out. I've never felt this strong feeling against people who own the club. If Arsenal were not a money-making entity, they wouldn't be here. They would not be here. And I talk about not buying the merchandise. If you boycott all the sponsors, if you protest outside the sponsors' headquarters or locality stores or whatever the sponsor may be, the news will spread very, very quick. Very, very quick. You imagine, Adidas have made this kit. And I understand, the idea, the club already has the money from Adidas. I understand that. But as a sponsor, you're a sponsor for a reason. You want to be aligned with winners. Arsenal are not winners. Arsenal are not winners. You've produced a product. You've given the money away to the club or the entity. But yet the product that you've made, nobody wants to buy the product. The sales team would see that and report back to head office. And that news would get back to the entity. Arsenal, Kroenke. Bad news spreads around the world so quick before the truth can get her shoes on. But people just don't understand it. They're just thinking about the here and now. Where's Arsenal going to be in the next 5 to 10 years? time. Where's the club going to be? Will there still be a club here? Will we still be in the Premier League? I don't think so. I don't think so, people. Yeah. Listen, there's no doubt, looking from the outside, the Emirates is a staggering stadium. But when you look closer, you look at nooks and crannies, you read about the repair work that's needed at the Emirates. That is so like Arsenal. The history of Arsenal, wow, my goodness. But when you look a little bit closer under the microscope, you begin to look at all the nooks and crannies. Laying off members of staff, people still buying the merchandise, European Super League, an owner who doesn't really care, doesn't turn up to, the majority of the home games, lack of the investment. Just look closer. Look closer. It's just like the stadium. Just like the stadium. It looks wonderful. Wonderful. I did the same tour with my brother a few years ago for my birthday. No doubt, going there and just seeing like it was empty and just like being amongst the other people just there to do the tour. Wonderful spectacle. But look closer. Look closer. And I just chuckled to myself this morning, thinking, Francis Coquelin, won the Europa League. Giroud, World Cup winner, has also won the Champions League. They were thinking, oh, wow, that was a close one. Oof. That was a close one. They've never won anything like that at Arsenal. Oh, my goodness, I'm so happy I'm not at Arsenal anymore. Them lot, oh, goodness. Escaped there with my career intact. But, yeah. There's no doubt you would have known that if I was going to come here that it was going to end up being a rant. It had to be a rant. It couldn't have been like, all bells and whistles. Oh, wonderful stuff. We're here. We were doing great stuff. And it couldn't be like that. I'm coming here and yeah, it's sunny. Oh, wonderful stuff. No. This is the reality, people. It's the reality. And I know I've said I'm using Canal 4 TV for the majority of you, because I know a lot of you, for one reason or another, maybe it's for locality, you probably don't live in the UK, you don't live in London, maybe for work or family responsibilities, you're not able to come to the Emirates and add to the movement. So then we'll use this platform to represent everyone on Canal 4 TV. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Okay? So yeah, I've been going for 23 minutes. So I'll be here for tops 30 minutes and I'll be out. So I'm going to head down the other side now. Again, I hope you can see me. Can you see me? You probably can see me. Head down the other set of stairs. Again, the same set of stairs that the Popo and authorities had cordoned off so nobody could go up the stairs and end up on top of the armory. And it's funny. It's funny, but this was the side that I was on when I was filming for the last, say, 2 to 3 protests. Yeah, man. Yeah, I wonder what my dad would have thought, even if he was still alive. Actually, I know what my dad would have thought. Gooner for life, man. Gooner for life. Right, so I've now ended up on the bottom of the stairs on the other side now of the armory. So you've probably seen the background there. You see the background? There you go, in the background there. An absolute joke. But you know what? My brother would tell you, I'm the kind of person, again, if everyone's going in that direction there, I'm the one going in the opposite direction. Single-minded, yeah. A little bit hard-headed, yeah. Stubborn, definitely, yeah. Sorry, guys. Stubborn, yeah, but that's just the way I've always been. So if nobody else is going to do it, I'll be the one doing it. I will be the one doing it, and I'll pay the high price for it, you know what I mean? But yeah, just look at that. As you can know, what a joke. Absolute joke. I don't know, man. If I was a billionaire owner, definitely I would, because I know what it means to be an Arsenal supporter. I would have the golden ticket, or at least 25% of fan representation on the board, and I will come back to the Highbury. I would buy Highbury and give double or treble the price of the people who bought the apartments built up around the old Highbury Stadium, and get us back to our spiritual home. That's what I would do if I had billions to spare. Get fan representation on the board, and actually just have it written in stone, because once something's written in stone, it's there forever. Forever's a long time, man. In perpetuity. The Arsenal going forward from here on with must have fan representation on the board, irrespective of who the billionaire owner is, or it's like fan share, what everyone puts in, like maybe a tenner or £100 or £1,000. That there must be a representation on the board from the fans. And also, ex-Arsenal players have to also be on the board. So let's just say we have like maybe 6 board members, and out of the 6 we have maybe, I don't know, 1/3. 1/3 of the members must be an ex-Arsenal player going forward. Because we have to start somewhere. We can't continue like this. A sugar daddy. Well, he's not even a sugar daddy. He's not even a sugar daddy. He's just like, we put the money in, he takes it all out. Ridiculous. Guys, again, I'm sorry for ranting. It couldn't have been anything else. It could not have been anything else. It had to be a rant. And I'm just walking across just near the roadside, more closer to the roundabout. And about to head home. About to head home, man. An absolute joke, man. Absolute joke. You pays your money, you takes your pick. Again, what we have is what we deserve, man. So yeah, I'm going back to my original point where I started, where I began. I'll wrap up this one. I did say 30 minutes. And it's funny, I've always said, oh, you know what, max, I'll be here for 30 minutes. Last time I was here for, 55 minutes? The time before that, 40 odd minutes. So I'm back at my original point. I just quickly give my thoughts. Again, just based on the... Sorry. So you guys can see me. Oh, there you go. So, yeah. So just kind of give me my thoughts. Compared from the last time that I was here. Last week, Sunday. The weather was atrocious. There were a lot more protesters. But, the police, the Popo, and the fluorescent crew came out in force, man. Expecting something. I'm not sure what they were expecting. But the one thing that was quite startling, as well as, again, the numbers, was A, to the left of me, so I'm not sure if you can probably see. Can you see? Yeah. So there it is, the armory there. So whilst I'm filming, where the cannons were, where the cannons are, the protesters were gathered over there. Quite sizable. So I'm filming them, and then to the left of me, I can see a stream of people going into the armory, going to buy their merchandise. That was one thing, and the other thing that kind of stuck out in my mind was looking at the stairs leading up, where they had cordoned off the bottom and the top, so nobody could go there. And then on the other side, where the protesters were, people were walking through there, controlled area, by the way, where people were having their tickets checked, because last week allegedly 10,000 stream through to see Arsenal play inside the Emirates. So for me, I just felt like I was in a parallel universe. I was thinking, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Oh God, is this true? I'm amongst the protesters and people still going to buy the merchandise. Anyway, guys, I'm heading back now. Going back. I did say I'll go live, and I have done 30 minutes and then some. There's this cholesterol rat getting run over. That won't be good. So as I leave the Emirates, again, it's oh good. I was just thinking again, will my club still be here in 5, maybe 10 years' time? Will Arsenal still be here? There's a question for you. Well, anyway, guys, again, I do apologise. Well, apologise? No, I'm not apologising for the rant there. It couldn't have been anything else. Couldn't have been anything else. And on my official protest, you pays your money, you takes your pick. It's not what we want, it's not what we need, it's what we deserve. This is what we deserve here. So, as I make my way back, I will say to you guys, thank you for watching me. I saw there was like just over 40 at any one time. Fantastic, guys. Thank you for joining me on this one. But I'll be back at the Emirates next Sunday. Next Sunday, indeed. I'm off for my placement, half-term break. So again, expect me to be going live every morning with some more live news. I'll be joined by various different faces. I'm not sure who they are yet. I haven't even asked anybody yet, but yeah, I'll be doing that every morning, as well as going live in the evening. Later today, I'll be going live around 7:30 p.m. So if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see the notification, are ya? You've got to make sure you subscribe, people. But anyhow, from a warm, sunny Emirates, North London, I'm heading back, and we are done. For those of you who are tuned in, make sure it's not the last time. But if you can do me the favour and make sure you subscribe, be part of the community over here. And if at all you've been wondering who or what you've been listening to, well, you've been listening to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.